Good morning, sir. Thank you for your patience. You got some tickets. We're going to discuss them. Some are under ordinance or Constantine, and some are under state law. No insurance is punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Excuse me, fine of up to $500, not less than $200. You're charged with operating without insurance, operating without a valid license, and improper plate. They also show a civil infraction from the same date. Looks like they got that in here twice. You can't get convicted twice of the same thing. The 1-year misdemeanor insurance charge cannot be charged as an ordinance. It has to be under state law. The other charges are under Constantine ordinance. My advice is that we set this for pretrial with the county prosecutor and the Constantine prosecutor. See if we can come to some resolution. Do you have insurance on the car now?
Buckle up, guys. Today we are going to witness a courtroom unraveling in real time. The judge lays out the charges with crystal clarity. Operated without insurance, an invalid license, and improper plates. Jail time and fines loom over the defendant like a storm cloud from the very first words. Tension rises as we see just how high the stakes are and what's at risk if the system catches up with him.
No, sir. That car is going to the scrapyard, actually.
It got impounded?
No.
All right.
He let us take the car home.
All right. Your driving record shows you haven't had a license in some time. You had one. You got a bunch of unpaid tickets. Have you done anything to try to get your license back?
Your Honor, Indiana has my license so messed up. Every time I go to try to do it, they just lead me in a circle and I'm back to the beginning.
Yeah, and you can't get your Michigan license straightened out until you get your suspension lifted from Indiana. So you're in a catch-22. All the more reason why I think you could use a lawyer to help you with this. Do you have any objection to that? Plead not guilty and get a lawyer to help you?
No, sir, I ain't got no objections.
What's that? All right, I'll show a plea of not guilty.
Scrap the car. So you can get that to the prosecutor to show you got your car.
Okay.
The defendant faces pointed questions about his vehicle and insurance. He claims the car is headed to the scrapyard, but the judge probes deeper. Each answer builds suspense as the courtroom begins to piece together a tangled history of infractions. The observer can see the unease mounting. Every word, every hesitation, hints at a deeper trouble lurking just beneath the surface.
How'd you get here this morning?
A friend of mine dropped me off.
Who's that?
Lindsay Evans.
All right, let's make sure he didn't drive here. All right, I'll set a pretrial for both Constantine and county prosecutor. And this, I heard Ms. Jackson tell you, if you did scrap the car, one should bring in proof that he scrapped the car.
I was checking, sir.
And if you're going to scrap it, I don't think there's any need to get a proper plate. The problem is your no valid operator's license charge. You got some old tickets that you didn't pay. Again, in the old days, and I end up saying this a lot because I'm old, but they used to suspend your license, which I fully agreed with. If you get a ticket and you don't pay it, I'm in support of them suspending your license. If you get a ticket and you don't show up, they used to suspend your license. Under the wisdom of the Michigan legislature, they no longer do that. So there really isn't as much sanction if you don't pay your ticket. So you've got an unpaid ticket here in Centerville from 2019. And you have another ticket from 2018 where you didn't show up and you got defaulted. So although I think they cleared all that stuff off your license. So I don't.
Reviewing the driving record, the judge exposes a legal catch. 22. The defendant cannot regain a Michigan license until Indiana suspensions are cleared. The story of old tickets and repeated failures to comply paints a picture of a man trapped in a bureaucratic maze. As an observer, you feel the weight of the system pressing down and the tension of someone navigating a road with no exit.
I don't think you're going to need to clear that. Your problem is you live in Michigan.
Yeah.
And you can't get a Michigan license until you get your Indiana suspensions dealt with. And I can't help you a whit in Indiana. So you can't drive. And if you drove here this morning, we're going to have some discussion about it. I don't have an answer for you. I wish I did, but I'm going to get an attorney.
I was hoping you did too.
Well, I wish I did. I used to say, I wish I had a magic wand that I could. You've already got a break by some of this stuff just disappearing. But you're on the driving suspended merry-go-round that I often talk about. I'm going to set this for an attorney pretrial. Melissa, we're doing attorney pretrials on the last Friday of May, which will be the 31st, rather than the first Friday of June.
Right, I recall that.
For May 31.
The judge delves into historical unpaid tickets, revealing the long chain of legal consequences. Observing from the outside, it becomes clear the defendant is entangled in a pattern of past missteps. The courtroom drama intensifies as the judge explains the limits of his authority, highlighting how the law can crush those caught in its gears, and the suspense builds over what outcome awaits next.
Put it on my calendar.
Okay. You don't have any vacation time left. You have to stay.
Yeah. Well, I took 4 days vacation, but then on the way back, I got sick. So then I had to take a sick day.
Where'd you go?
I just took my girls down to Panama City for
Good
a
for
few
you.
days.
Yeah,
Yes.
according to the cameras, he did drive here.
Okay. Why don't you have a seat, Mr. Scott? We're going to decide whether you're going to go to jail this morning for lying to my face. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
So, Mr. Scott's looks at it.
I wish people quit doing that.
Is out of necessity.
Yeah, it's out of necessity that I'm going to send you over to the jail for a while. We'll see what you think about that. What?
I don't want to miss my court date.
Well, I'll just leave you in jail until your court date. How's that work? We're going to talk about this in just a bit. Kane Tom. All right. So I'm not very happy about this. You're not working. You're still driving a car. You told me this car was going to the scrap yard.
Yeah, the only reason we were in that car was the starter went out on the truck.
All right. Well,
A pre-trial date is set, but the defendant digresses into a personal story about vacation and illness. From a third-party perspective, the tension heightens as it's revealed he drove to court despite a suspended license. The courtroom is a pressure cooker of past violations, and every offhand comment amplifies the stakes. leaving the audience anticipating the judge's next move.
All right, well, I don't want you to say much about it. I got a lawyer for you, but I'm not happy that you stood here and looked me in the eye and lied to me.
I'm
It
sorry.
hurts my feelings, and I could tell when you told me that you were lying to me.
Yeah, I'm not a very good liar.
Yeah, so I don't know whether to believe you about any of the other stuff either. That's one of the problems with being a liar. She's already going to the jail with the other guy. It could just take you along for the ride. This goes way back. 2004, driving without a valid license. It was 2008, not 2004, 5. Another driving without a valid license in 2018. You didn't pay that one either. 2019, you didn't pay a booking fee. I have this, plus some other stuff that you didn't pay. All right. We will set that pretrial for May 31st. Did I give you a notice regarding that?
No, sir.
The courtroom reaches a boiling point when the judge confronts a defendant for lying about driving. Emotion and frustration seep into the room as the judge reacts openly to the deceit. Observing from the sidelines, one can feel the rising suspense and inevitable consequences as past unpaid fines and repeated offenses are laid bare, creating a palpable sense of impending justice.
I understand the pressure people feel about missing a court appearance. But driving here on a driving suspended charge isn't very good. Find you're in contempt of court for lying to me. Let me give you 1 day in jail credit, 0. You'll get out tomorrow. Going to jail.
Can I let somebody know to come get their
Yeah.
vehicle?
Sure.
My phone's out there.
Yep.
And he's all locked up.
We'll take care of that before you go. So, you have a long history of not paying your fines.
Like I said, I was hoping to come here and find a way off that merry-go-round that you're
Well,
talking
maybe
about.
we can do that, but the way to do it isn't to drive here. If you want the prosecutor to give you some consideration and then lie to me about it, that's not helpful. So, lesson learned.
Sir,
Contempt of court is declared, and the defendant faces the weight of a jail sentence. As a third-party observer, the suspense peaks here. Every statement and reaction matters. The judge emphasizes accountability, stressing the cumulative impact of a lifetime of infractions. The tension hits its apex as the courtroom teeters on the edge of resolution, and we await the final procedural decisions.
I want to not get my interview at international papers tomorrow.
Yeah, what time is it?
I set it for 9 o'clock.
Well, that's your fault. You're gonna get booked out here in the morning about 5 a.m. So 9 o'clock?
Yeah,
When will it get booked out?
He'll get booked out. If it's only 1 day, he'll be booked out at 9:30 because he's going into custody at 9:30.
I swear, Your Honor, I'm done.
Don't argue with me about it.
I'm
I
not
felt like I was
trying to
gonna,
argue.
how about 90 days in jail? Then you can set the thing out farther when you want to. This is your own fault. This
I
goes
understand.
under the category of the only person who's responsible for this is you.
I was just
I'll
really
put
hoping to.
release defendant at 5 a.m. All right, you go with the court officer.
So can I go and let somebody know?
Yeah, we'll take care of that. She'll help you with that. And we'll get you the court appointed paperwork before you go to court or to jail.
Wanna head that way?
The immediate crisis resolves with clear instructions for jail release and court-appointed paperwork. Watching as an observer, you see the system reassert control, and the defendant's brief encounter with justice draws to a close. The drama, tension, and lessons linger even as the scene ends.